Growing up in the 90s, what a time to be alive. Honestly, we had it all. Pokemon cards, Stretch Armstrong, Action Man, Super Soakers. Our toys were the stuff of legend. You didn't need some app on your phone. You just needed a good aim and a mate who wasn't scared of getting drenched. The adverts were absolute bangers too.
Action! Action! Dr. X escapes, but 3-in-1 Roller Extreme Action Man is in hot pursuit.
Remember Toys R Us jingles? They're still rattling around my head decades later.
Toys in the millions all under one roof. It's called Toys R Us.
And then there were the films that were already out and still held up. Oh, the films we had: Star Wars, the originals obviously before CGI Yoda started doing backflips, Alien, Big Trouble in Little China, The Thing, Mad Max, and Enter the Dragon. Bruce Lee basically kicked our childhood into gear. We had The Warriors and Indiana Jones punching Nazis. Let's not forget the great Arnie versus Sly rivalry, Terminator versus Rambo. Didn't matter which camp you were in, as long as there were explosions, you were sorted. The 70s to 90s was a golden age. The directors were kings: Spielberg, Scorsese, Kubrick, Ridley Scott. And then along came Quentin Tarantino, changing the game with Pulp Fiction. Let's not forget Jurassic Park, Independence Day, The Matrix, Total Recall, and Men in Black. The Matrix was so ahead of its time that we all spent weeks wearing sunglasses indoors and dodging invisible bullets in slow motion. And Independence Day? Who didn't get chills when Bill Pullman gave that speech? Then we had Disney and Pixar smashing it out of the park with films like Toy Story and The Lion King. For us 90s kids, going to Blockbuster was like a weekly pilgrimage. You'd spend an hour deciding between The Lost World or Armageddon, then go home and watch something entirely inappropriate because your parents didn't really check. Then we all sattered to get older, moving into our teens. The 2000s were here, and what a way to kick things off. Gladiator and The Lord of the Rings were cinematic epics. Watching Frodo and Sam trek across Middle-earth was so good. Meanwhile, Russell Crowe made us all want to shout, "Are you not entertained?" at strangers in Tesco.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
We had everything. Action films that were unapologetically loud and ridiculous. Con Air, Face Off, Die Hard. Comedies that still make us laugh. Austin Powers' Dumb and Dumber, Wayne's World. And horrors that properly messed with our heads. The Sixth Sense, Scream, The Blair Witch Project. Even rom-coms were iconic. Notting Hill, 10 Things I Hate About You, Clueless. Admit it, you quoted Clueless at least once. Back then, celebrities weren't tweeting about their breakfast or their political hot takes. They were untouchable megastars. You didn't follow Arnie on Instagram, you just went to see whatever film he was in because he was Arnie. But now, Hollywood feels a bit meh. Where's the magic? Kids these days will never know the struggle of waiting months for a VHS release or the thrill of discovering a film without seeing 37 trailers and 12 spoiler-riddled tweets. I went into The Lord of the Rings blind, no idea what it was, and it blew my mind. Imagine kids today standing in Blockbuster, holding Men in Black in one hand and Jurassic Park in the other, and having to choose. That was pressure, and don't even get me started on the internet. In the 90s, we didn't have Rotten Tomatoes telling us what to think. We just rented Speed 2 and learned the hard way, and somehow that was perfect. Anyway, we had it good, didn't we? What were your favourite films from back then? When were you born? Drop a comment and let's take a trip down memory lane. Until next time, peace out.